you know, it's really up to a people to make their government accountable. How to do that when your government doesn't really give a damn about you and only cares about the almighty dollar? How do you do that when you watch Question Time and you actually feel like you're watching a bunch of jocks sling shit on each other and not actually have any connection to the communities? How do you do that? I don't know. I mean, you go to France, and in France, when they say we're gonna raise the old age pension to 65 from 60,
everyone goes
20,000 people in every fucking city get out and shut the fucking country down.
That's right.
They turn the power off. They take back their country. We are so comfortable in Australia. We are so lucky that we are completely like we're like dribbling down the sides of our mouths on the amount of morphine that is in our comfort zone. So
lucky.
It's hard to motivate people when they don't have a real history of rebellion, you know, as France kind of does. I don't have any answers for that. All I do know is that when the shit gets bad enough, when the shit actually comes out of your toilet onto you and not goes away from you magically, and when the switch doesn't work anymore, like what people are dealing with in coal seam gas country, where they're turning on their taps and they can light it up and shit like that, then people en masse will do something. It'd be really nice to think that we could do something before that. And I think in this day and age of online activism, which I think is amazing, and I think technology has brought us together, I think a lot of people probably think with the click of a button, they've done their share.
Yeah.
And I guess I come from a generation, I was inspired to become more socially active because I was opening the front page of the West Australian newspaper and seeing a young man up to his shoulder locked on a dragon stopping, you know, foresting for that day because they didn't want to see old growth forests being chopped down, wood chipped and sold for $1 a ton. It's hard. There's less direct action than ever. There's more distraction than ever. There's more of this than ever before. You know, there's just there's so much. We're so comfortable and we're so fucking into this piece of shit that it's really hard to be engaged. And I'm not saying I'm above it. Sure. Look where it is. It's in the top pocket right here, baby. Close at hand. You know. This whole thing is completely filled with hypocrisy as well, and duality and ambiguity, you know? That's why it's so difficult. I think that one of the main things we're up against is something that's happened about 10 years ago, which is, I think one of the biggest things we face is for years, the indigenous community and the environmental community were kind of together. And we kind of fought a lot of these wars together, and what we're finding now, I'm finding, is they've split those two factors. And the minute the greenies say, hey, don't do this land, we keep this land, they'll have some indigenous group going, how dare you, after 200 years of oppression, take our land when we want some economic and cultural sovereignty. Which are really good points, and it's a real ambiguous thing, but that was a direct and very deliberate campaign by those think tanks to separate two strong components. And so that's kind of what we're up against. And you know, I don't have any answers. All I could really say is,
well, if it's broken, we fix it. You know?
Yeah, but you can't fix yourself unless you can't fix the world unless you fix yourself. And so I really say the biggest battleground for all of us is our hearts. And you know, for me it is, you know, I can't do this. I can't do this with anger. It's not sustainable. It's about, you know, and in order for me to actually really love and to be happy, and actually switch that, in order for me to actually be active on the planet of this planet, I have to be happy and I have to be healthy. And the only way I've been able to do that is to have an amazing wife and look at my demons, which my music helps me do, and I have to keep on doing that without taking on this war. Then that war out there is a problem. The other thing I'd also say is the word war and the way we frame these things. We need to kind of work out a way where it's not a war, because there's two fires. There's love, or there's creation, and there's destruction. And whatever fire you put more energy on, or attention or logs on, is going to get bigger. And there's times in my life where I've just gone, like, I hate that, and all that is creating more hate. No matter how I justify it, it's still hate. And what I'm emitting on an energetic level, on a multi-dimensional level, is hate. So it's a really fine line to walk this journey and this challenge that we're all on, and the revolution is here and here and it's out there, and it's at all times. But I don't have any answers, man. I'm right here. I should be sitting down there with you, not on this freaking couch, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm right here with you, like, going, I don't know. I mean, there's sometimes I sit in my living room and talk to my wife and just go, you know, it makes me want to cry. I don't understand. I don't understand what's wrong with us, but
we could self-govern.
John,
I think that's a really big call. I think it's a really big call.
Just one last question. I wanted to say...
You should be self-governed, but you know what I mean, like, at the same time.
I just wanted to say a big thank you from the Wilderness Society for you coming here and sharing your stories.
Yep.
And also, just one last brief question. You've been part of a lot of big campaigns, and you've been there on the ground and seen what's happening in Broome. Are we winning? Are we going to get there? Because from my point of view, watching it from the East Coast, it looks like we are. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on whether we're going to get there. Because a lot of people are confident.
I think the energy is really strong and moving in the right direction. And by no means should we be letting up. You know, like the minute we let up, you know, they get more traction. But it's going to need a sustained effort, because Colin Barnett does not care about the vote, about decent law, he doesn't care about any of that. He's a one-track crackhead. So, but it is moving in the right direction. Everything is against them. Everything is against them. And the only thing that will stop, you know, the only thing that will let this go through is really us. You know, that's why I'd say. But you know, I mean, that takes all those people out there locking on, and all of us funding, and hopefully a lot of you going up there next dry season and enjoying the Pindan all over your body, because you won't be able to get it out, and locking on yourself. I hope that wasn't like patronizing and condescending. It wasn't meant to be, but
John, that's a gift for you.
I have this. I like this a lot. These are like my three favorite colors. Thank you very much.
Thanks for saving the environment for us all.
Oh no, I'm not saving it for you,
Inspiring
man.
us to keep going.
So,
Giving you tunes.
hey. I'm thinking if we start all getting photos, it's gonna turn into a very long event that I'm not gonna be able to satisfy. So, high five. There you go. Take care, man. Sorry, love.
Yeah, sign the petition, please.
Have a great New Year, guys. Thanks, John.
Take John's words on, please sign the petition.